into the state, and it really is a state of the UK border controls. Natasha, what have you found?
Yes, that's right. The latest that I've found on those 13 reports the Home Office have dumped out tonight, while the rest of us were not looking. They're talking about asylum accommodation, the Afghanistan resettlement scheme, casework, border force practices, and our e-passport gates too. Now, Number 10 in the last few hours have denied any accusations that they've been putting them out on a convenient day for us journalists. A spokesperson said, "We wanted to publish them as swiftly as possible following the necessary and appropriate due diligence." We've also got 2 further reports that are meant to be coming as well. I think I found quite a nice, it's actually not a nice nugget, it's an interesting news nugget in one of the reports I've been looking at on asylum. There have been now 467 instances of children, I should say alleged children, going missing from asylum hotels, and 147 of those are still missing. Now, critics are going to jump on this. They're going to say this absolutely shows the farce in those asylum hotels. And we know from Yvette Cooper, when she was speaking to you earlier, she says that around 40% of people waiting on their decision are waiting in those hotels. The Home Office obviously agreed, and Rishi Sunak promised to end the use of asylum hotels, a year ago now? The Home Office in one of these reports says they are no closer to doing that at all. They said there is no evidence of a Home Office strategy to end hotel use as recommended, still costing us £6 million a day. David Neal says they could have cut down that if they'd implemented some of my recommendations earlier. Another nice, interesting nugget I wanted to bring to you, 7,500 asylum seekers are in indefinite limbo because they were considered for the Rwanda scheme, but obviously it's not got off the ground. There's not a single person yet to go there.
7,500?
They are having their cases left in limbo. There's not an ultimate decision about where they're going to stay, where they're going to go. And finally, I just wanted to talk about really what the culture is like in the Home Office, because there were some quite interesting comments from David on that. He says there's a culture of defensiveness. They are too happy to put a positive gloss on failures, and it results in a failure to deliver real change. This quote really sums it up. To put it bluntly, if the Home Office does not want to change, it will not.
You know when you're coming back through an airport and it says you've got nothing to declare, so you go through this lane, and you go through that lane because you don't want to declare anything because you've got nothing to declare. But you imagine if you go through the lane where you do have to declare something, there are armies of people waiting to check you. Are there?
No, they're not. Another report on parcel checks and those big checks that you're talking about, Luton Airport, Stansted Airport, wherever you're going, had found that there were custom checks not happening at all at some airports on the day that they were being checked. Mr. Neal found that on his visit, no officers were actually intercepting any passengers at customs control, and just letting people walk straight through. It's not been a great day for the Home Office, has it?
Natasha, thank you. Natasha Clark, LBC's political editor. That is astonishing, isn't it? Here we are talking about the UK in control of its borders. The government said, well, not just the government, Brexiteer campaigners talked about taking back control of the borders. There is no one else to blame now. You can't just blame the EU because of freedom of movement. The idea that you could just waltz through an airport not being checked when you've gone through the line that says I've got something to declare is farcical.